everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kisha. I'm the author of the Glamorous French Housewife blog. You can check that out in the down bar. I have the link down there. So today's video is about questions and answers. This is another series of my Ask the Housewife question and answer. And today is specifically going to be organizational with a little bit of cleaning. I was shocked at the amount of questions that came in. I wrote them all down. I'm going to try to get through as many as possible without making this video too long. So I'm going to jump right into it. So, how do you start organizational projects? Well, that kind of depends. Sometimes I plan them out, and then sometimes I get mad trying to, say, get into a kitchen drawer or looking for a hanger for the coat closet, for a jacket, and something like that will trigger me, and I will just do a project really quick, off the cuff, not planned. And those happen often. They happen random when life, you know, kind of shows me that what we have is not working. I switch it up, and I just jump right into it in that moment. And then there are other times when I plan it more in detail, and it's a bigger project, and I usually start it by working in my home project management book, which I've shown in my calendar videos. But I'll start writing out what I want to do, and then I'll tackle things one at a time and mark them off. Next, how do you stay organized? Well, we don't. I mean, we get organized, but staying organized is hard. And not every part of my house is organized at the same time. We have a large house, and so I'm always working on this project, but there's 20 other projects up on the second floor that need me. I just try to balance up my time the best I can. I try to organize the high traffic, the high maintenance areas of our home that I know always need reorganizing or tidying up, and I do it that way. I do my best to just work little projects until I get the big project completed. So sometimes there's little ones that lead up to the big ones, such as if you want to organize your kitchen, and maybe I will start with just the pantry, or just the island, or just the refrigerator. It just kind of depends on really what needs organized at that direct moment, and what other things I can plan out till later. So we just stay organized by trying to do our best to keep up, tidying up our high traffic areas, and planning. Next question. Do I plan organizational projects every week? No, not really. No, I don't plan them every week. Sometimes they pop up every week. But as for planning them, I probably plan them every 2 to 3 weeks, because I don't always want to be organizing. I don't always want to be cleaning. I want to have time for other things. So I'm not organizing stuff every week planned out. But a lot of times I do, like, pick up the laundry room and organize that when I'm in there, and I'm in there quite a bit. Or I'll organize my bathroom shelves, which can get messy pretty quick. So, you know, some of those little projects maybe I do every week, but I don't plan a big organizational project every week. When will I show my calendar update and best calendar tips? So I will do a calendar update. I think it's going to be more like the middle of February. I'll show you my calendars in detail, and my best calendar tips. You know, do what works for you. Find a system, either a, you know, everyday planner, a file of facts, a family planner, a family calendar. Any of that works for you will help. And make time. One of my best calendar tips is actually make time at the end of every night to plan for the day ahead on your calendar. Have a good look at what's coming up on your calendar, so you're not surprised if a doctor's appointment pops right up. You know, when if you looked, you would have realized. And I think that finding a system that works for you is what's important. For me, I have a daily planner. I've I have fluctuated between Filofax, book style planners. Right now I'm using like a book style. I also have a blog planner that I plan out my YouTube videos and my blog posts. I have a family calendar, and I also have a calendar for our meal planning. So I do have a lot of calendars, but I organize them pretty well, and they help me keep on track. And I just think you need to make time for the calendar. A lot of people just don't set aside the time. Set aside the time. It will make a world of difference in your life if you plan a little more. You might be somebody who needs to make a to-do list for every day, which I do, and I start from morning to, I kind of write things out in the morning that I want to accomplish in the morning hours, afternoon hours, and evening hours. I kind of put my to-do list in that order. But my calendar tips, I have in another video, and I'll also do an updated video, but I'll link my calendar videos below just so you guys can check those out if you're interested. What does decluttering mean? So this is a question I received 2 or 3 times, and decluttering is like a fly lady term. She is an inspirational lifestyle cleaning scheduler person, blog. And her cleaning system worked really well for me when I was in my very early 20s. And decluttering actually means getting the room kind of picked up and then going through the big areas that have like a lot of paperwork, a lot of junk. Like when you walk into our house, we have like a little shelf, if you will, a little shelf thing. And that can get cluttered up with keys and change and stuff that my husband empties his pockets out, throws all that stuff in there. It could be a counter. It could be anywhere that is cluttered up with paperwork or whatever. And decluttering means going to that specific spot and getting rid of the clutter, taking it down to the minimal. And if that means filing away paperwork, shredding or burning it or throwing it away, or putting up kids' toys where they belong. Everything has a space, and you need to make sure that you get those areas that are really busy and full of stuff, you know, cleaned out and sorted out. That's what decluttering is. You mentioned Scott is disorganized. My husband is too. What are his biggest problem areas, and how do you cope? Well, Scott's biggest problem areas would be the coffee table by his like lazy boy. It's like always a mess. His shoes are everywhere, and my husband starts getting undressed from the moment he comes in, like taking off his tie, his jacket, his shoes, and then he'll start getting undressed, going up the steps. He'll leave his clothes. He can never hit the hamper. Drives me insane. Even when the hamper's in the bathroom, he's still so disorganized. I don't want to say lazy, because my husband is definitely not lazy, but he's so disorganized he just leaves his clothes on the bathroom floor. I'm always running around picking up after him, and he will like swear he's not disorganized. He totally is. And how do I cope? Well, I cope by getting on his butt a little bit to pick up after himself. Doesn't really work though. I normally just go around and pick up after him. I'm the one home all day, and I know he's working hard, and I just go pick up after him. And sometimes on the weekend I give him a list of shit to do, and sometimes he accomplishes one thing on the list, or 2, or maybe 3. But he works a lot of hours outside the home. I don't expect him to come home and clean a lot, but it would be nice if he could hit the laundry hamper. Do you have any tips for organizing files on the computer? How do you store your photos and videos and stuff like that? So, no, not really. I have not like stored my YouTube videos on disk. I have not like done that. I put them on YouTube, and then I share them on my blog. And if YouTube was to go down, so would my videos. I thought about backing them all up to disk, but I really don't want to like venture out on that project. I don't want to have to store all the disk, and I'm trusting that my files will be fine. Now, I store a lot of pictures digitally on my blog, and I feel fairly safe that they will remain on my blog, and are in Google Pictures, and they're also stored in my Facebook account. On my phone, all my pictures I take go into a private Facebook file, and files on my computer. Now, I keep, you know, like Word files together, and I keep like a file in my pictures just of family pictures I use. I also keep another file for, you know, like blog post pictures that I use a lot, like my Friday letters pictures and different blog post pictures I keep in a file. I keep my files broke up, and maybe I'll do a different video one day on that, but they come in when I import them on my camera, and clearly I'm importing every day. So I have a file for each day of the month, and that has all the pictures and videos that I record every day, and then I have other files that I have made that include, like I said, family pictures, pet pictures, blog post pictures, whatever, and cooking pictures. And then at the end of every month, I go through each one of those files, usually on a Sunday morning, and I make sure there's no pictures or videos that I want to transfer to another folder, that, you know, another important individual folder, and then I delete them. I empty my recycle bin. They are gone. Being a blogger and a YouTuber, you can fill up your computer so fast with files. I don't do that, and I'm not a big person on saving to disk, so I, you know, keep the important ones and get rid of the other ones. They're already up on YouTube. They're already up on my blog, or Facebook or Instagram, and I just keep things digitally organized. That's pretty much how I do it. Next question. Why have you stopped color coding in your planner? Well, you know, I might color code in my new blogging calendar, which I will do an open box video on probably before this video goes live, or maybe after, I don't know. It'll be up soon, just check out my channel for it. But I just don't find color coding to be worth it. I'm always losing the pens, and I just don't want to take the time to grab a different pen for a different person. I just, no. Now, I color code sometimes on the calendar in our family, because I want Jackson to know his stuff is, you know, his stuff, and Scott's stuff is in his color. That's for the family calendar. For my everyday personal calendar, no, I'm not doing that no more. And I just find it troublesome. And I do it on the family calendar just to make it easier for everybody, but that's where it stops. I have, like I said, that new blog planner, and I might color code in that. I'm just not sure about that. I usually like doing my blog organizer in pencil, because I move stuff around a lot, so we'll see. Do you have a prayer area in your home? No, not a specific like prayer chair, or, you know, like a kneeling stand. No, I pray in my bed. I pray in my living room. I pray wherever. I pray everywhere. So my entire house is a house of prayers, basically. Let's see. How do you keep your pantry clean all the time? I don't. Our pantry is big. I've done a video on that. I'll also link that below. Our pantry gets messy like everybody else's, especially when you have kids going in and out. So what I do is I, you know, sometimes right before I leave to go grocery shopping, or sometimes after I get home on Sundays, I'll take 10 minutes, spend it in the pantry picking it up. It's kind of like, you know, my routines that I do in the morning and in the evening, where I pick up real quick on both, like, shifts, if you will. And sometimes I just have to throw that in, and you just have to go in there and pick up, tidy up, organize things a little bit tighter. And that's how we kind of keep it together until, you know, I really do like an in-depth organization on, or reorganization on the pantry. What do you do when you fall behind? Well, I try to play catch up. I get busy. I put the stuff on the computer down, I put my phone down, and I clean. And usually we get behind after a trip, after a long weekend, because we're all home, and you know, it's not fun to clean when other people you want to spend time with is home with you. So, you know, I don't clean well with people around. So I really focus on the time that I get alone after one of those busy times, and I really clean the house. I just go through like almost in a manic kind of way and just knock it out. Now, I know some people don't like to start different projects at the same time, but I will get laundry going, I will be editing a video, I will have the dishwasher going, I'll have something baking in the oven, and I'll probably have the vacuum in my hand at the same time. I can multitask pretty well when I really want to. It's all about time management and trying to play catch up. We all have to do that sometimes, and on those days I just really get busy and try to knock out as much of it as I can. So next question, do you use a calendar app on your phone? A little bit. Google Calendar is the one I go for because I'm still a PC girl, and I use Google basically for everything, so the calendar really fits well when I do use it. But for me, a lot of times I'll get the card from the doctor and I'll throw it in my purse, come home and rewrite it down in 2 different places on the family calendar, in my personal calendar, if I did not take it with me, which I don't always do. And I just don't feel the need for the online calendar. I just really like pen and paper, and I still use my Google Calendar some, but not much. I keep a lot of my zone, like cleaning stuff, in my calendar because Google does send alarms, and it kind of reminds me and keeps me on track a little bit. That's really the majority of what's on my like digital calendar is like cleaning stuff. I saw your garage in a vlog. Why is it so disorganized? Because it's cold, and I don't like getting out there and doing the garage work. Usually it's something we tackle in the spring and in the late fall, early fall, because it's just something I want to do with my husband. Usually there's a lot of heavy stuff, there's spiders, and I just hate being out there. So it does look disorganized right now. As I said, my entire house is just not organized exactly like what some people think. It is organized well enough, and it's just a constant work in progress. What is my daily schedule? It varies. I posted a lot of my cleaning stuff, which is also going to be linked below in case you're interested. I posted a lot of my cleaning schedule already, but my daily schedule is usually pretty flexible. I don't work outside the home, and normally my husband takes my son to school. So I get up somewhere between 9 and 10:30, usually, lucky, and I have coffee, I work on my calendar, I read my prayer devotional, I then do cleaning and home projects and filming. Jackson gets home about 3. I am usually picking up around the house during that time and starting to think about dinner, and then I work on the computer. Usually around 5 o'clock I'm having a break. I also throw a lunch in there sometime, usually earlier. And then I get back to nightly routines, editing videos, watching favorite TV shows. My schedule is pretty flexible. Do you have any organizational tips for kids? Sure. Kids can help organize their bookshelves. They can help organize their clothes. Just make it age appropriate. Jackson's 11, and I make him help with organizing the kitchen drawers because nothing makes me madder than to have my kids help with like kitchen duties, and then I can't find anything I want because they're putting stuff where it doesn't belong. So I actually take away TV time and internet time if I have to go look for stuff in the wrong, because it's in the wrong place. So Jackson helps organize that stuff. He helps organize his stuff in his room, and he helps organize the towels because he does fold the towels and put those up. He does the little projects which are age appropriate. There's tons of organizational projects that or tips for kids. I'll maybe do a whole different video on that at a different time, but you can get them involved in so many ways. Favorite place to shop for organizational products? Well, I like to shop at my local Walmart because it's super close. My grocery store, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General. I love the cheap places. I also like shopping the Container Store. However, I have to do that online. There's not one close to me. Bed Bath & Beyond I like shopping at for organizational stuff. Staples if it's office stuff, but that is kind of far, so Office Depot mainly. Everywhere. I find organizational stuff everywhere. How do you handle laundry so it doesn't become out of control? Any organizing tips for the laundry room? So, in our family, I pretty much do laundry almost every day. Sometimes I skip a day, but not too often. I kind of have that broke up in the cleaning video I was just telling you about. But I do my laundry mostly at night because here our laundry is on the second floor. And it seems like a better time to do it when I go up after I come out of the bath. Because I always wash in hot. That might make some people like cringe, but I always wash in hot. And I don't want it to suck up my hot water before the bath. So I take a bath, and generally, you know, I'm getting dressed and the water is reheating. And then I do laundry. And I am doing laundry during the day today, though, because I'm watching some bedding. But I think it's important to try to do a load every day, especially if you have more than 1 or 2 people in your family. For us, Scott and I don't know how we created more laundry between the two of us sometimes than a whole family, but we have. We usually don't re-sleep and don't put on the same pajamas every night. That's something we could probably do. We do not reuse our towels because I don't like the whole germ aspect of that. Sometimes I'll reuse the ones that I use for my hair because I always use 2. But usually the laundry room is broke up in my zone cleaning. I'm picking and organizing that up. We have a shelf above our washer and dryer. I just put our laundry stuff up there. Some stuff stays on our dryer. And I just try to tidy it up, you know, each day, really. What tips can you offer for counter clutter? Well, I can say that it probably affects more people than not. You know, we all have places on our counters that tend to get, you know, filled up. Sometimes that baker's rack back there, my husband to throw his stuff on there. And in our family, I have a kitchen office area that you can kind of see right there. There's a cat on the baker's rack right now. And really, I just have the main things that I need out on the counter. We have a lot of counter space, so I'm fortunate to be able to put some stuff on the counters. But if you don't have a lot of counter space, you might want to look into having some baskets or some files designated to the people in your family. And pick it up every day. Every single day, pick up your counters. And declutter them as you go, and it'll make things so much easier. Once you have organized a space, any tips for keeping it organized? Yes, like I said, in my routines, I generally pick up the house really quick in the morning and in the evening. And before I go to bed, I do like a 20-30 minute pickup. And that includes the first floor and the second floor. I just go around and just wipe stuff off, put stuff away. And that's the same with organized spaces. You have to maintain them, and that means just tidying up, trying to keep it going. If you see that something is not working, just change it. Try something new and keep at it. In our high traffic areas, I'm always going to those areas and getting out the clutter, putting stuff in the right, you know, little homes, and tidying it up. Just the way it goes. You just have to stay on top of it. And my last question, how do you handle your daily paper piles? Again, sort it as you get it. Like when I get the mail, if there's junk mail, I either put it in the burn box for the fireplace, or I put it in the garbage. Sometimes in the shredder, but a lot of it I just chuck away. And I put all of the mail and freebies in a big container that sits in my dining room, so that stuff all has a home, including the magazines. Now, the magazines that I file away, I have those upstairs, and I just make sure they get up there. We also have a empty room upstairs, and a lot of times I'll put the paperwork in there on that desk, and then later in the week when I go to file, usually on Fridays, I will just file the stuff away at the end of the week. but I handle the daily paperwork daily. I don't let it pile up. I have a little bin in the living room too that also holds different stuff. I have not shown that, and I will sometime very soon in a different organizational video. So that is it. I think this video is long enough. I want to thank everybody who sent, you know, questions in from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you for the organizational questions on there. Thank you for them in the comments and all the videos. I totally appreciate it. I answer all your questions, and I'm honest. You know, like I said, my house is just not totally organized. It never will be. It's just a work in progress, and that's all you can really do. And I really grew up with the saying, anything you do is better than what it was. So if you spend 10 minutes in the kitchen and wiping off and doing what you can with the clutter, it's better than where you started. So anything is better than nothing. Just get in there and get to it. And I feel honored that you guys would want to ask me these questions. I'm going to do another series on Ask the Housewife on specific kid questions next. So any questions you have about your children, my children, any children organizational questions, any children health questions, any questions to do with kids, send them to me. You can use my email, Mrs. Kisha Jaggers. And I do want to thank the people who use their email or my email to send them in, and the contact form on my blog. All you have to do is go to my blog. You'll see the contact me page, and you can use that form. The questions can come straight to me, and I will get them answered. But again, the next one is about children. Any kid questions is not off limits. You just send them in. I'll be sure to answer them for you. I appreciate you watching this long video. If you've hung in there with me, thank you. And I will see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.